And welcome to another Nerd-Spiracy Sunday. I am your host, Gabriel, and man, have we got an amazing lineup of discussions today. It's gonna be pretty crazy and pretty deep. I don't really know how to really like preface some of this. This is some mind-blowing stuff, everybody. Absolutely blowing stuff. And I am joined by the man behind the icon, whom you'll probably never see his face or even know who he really is. It's the Mr. C&B Cigars and Bacon. Mr. Bacon, would you like to go ahead and say hello, sir?
What's going on?
Oh,
hello,
yeah.
Everybody.
There he is. He's just a big C on here. Doesn't get the A grade, he gets a C grade. That's how amazing it is. But yeah, let's do some quick little quality of life things. I just want to check over on our YouTube, where we stream YouTube. I'd look it up, Archetype Cinematics. You can find us over there on YouTube. Yep, looks like we're streaming well over there, and we are also live on Twitch. Let's make sure that looks good. Yep, seems like it. So either one of those platforms, you can go ahead and join in the conversation and type all the things that you want to say, and it'll appear on screen like so. Okay? Anything you guys have to say can appear on screen, and I think today is going to be one of those days we're going to start having some arguments. If Mr. C&B, I really do. This might be some argument time. Like I'm expecting the chat to go full on and debate the hell out of me. What do you think? You know the lineup.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah. and there's gonna be like angry people.
Yeah, you think so?
Even angrier people.
Even angry. It's all just anger. Remember, everybody. Everything in Nerd-Spiracy is the truth, okay? It's all true. How true is it? Well, if you just look down at the little ticker down below, it tells you how true it is. It's that true, okay? Just got to keep in mind, this stuff is things that you can find yourself. Everybody out there, you're so smart with your internet and your interwebs. I'm sure you can find all this information just like I did. Okay, we've got that. We've got all the data. Okay, I've got data cards over here, right here. This is one of the data cards. All right, it's not a phone. Of some of the information that has been mailed to me. Okay, old school mailing. And I want to thank everybody who's joining in live. If you know me over at the Facebooks, or you know Mr. C&B, and you'd like to join in the conversation and come onto the stream live, let me know. Send me a private message, and maybe you can get in here, and you could debate your position on it, but I'm telling you, everything here is true. It's very, very true. Why are you laughing, C&B?
The fact that you have to keep never mind. Keep repeating. The fact you have to keep repeating that it's true.
It is, but that's what you do. That's what real people who are telling the truth have to tell you all the time, isn't it? That's been my experience. The people who tell you it's the truth all the time, they're always accurate.
Okay.
don't you? Don't. I hear pessimism there in your voice, sir.
Never.
You better watch it.
Never.
You better watch it, mister. Let's make sure we got everybody else. Mr. Don Prime from Geeking Out might join us today.
Oh.
He might. He
Cool.
said he's got things to figure out before the Geeking Out stream
Okay.
today, which is a what if, which is the other end of the conspiracy theories. Okay, all right, we're not conspiracies, we're the truth. You heard it here, true. All right,
There it is again.
and of course, everybody, you all know that. And we'll get into our sponsor a little bit later on today, but this is always brought to you by our sponsor, the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right. ABA, where the game of life bring you all many achievements. But I think we should get into the first subject for today, Mr. C&B. It's one that I think is very dear to both of our nerdy hearts. Something that's always been a part of me, at least. Has it been something that's influenced your life over the years?
Yeah.
And we are talking, of course, about Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. This is going to be a hard subject. What was that? Are you making
Dun, dun, dun.
now
Try the Law and Order one.
it's a dun dun dun.
Dun, dun.
What's that? Oh man, that would be great. That would be great. I feel like there should be a special victims Star Wars unit.
Special burn unit.
Special
Burn
galaxy unit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll send it out to our content creators. We'll see what they have to say about it. Maybe we'll get something popping up. You never know. You know.
Switch it to pew pew.
It's the dun dun. It's the pew pew.
Yep. We're gonna go Star Wars. Pew pew.
Yep. That sounds just special. Just like today's topic about Boba Fett. Now, all of you, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of you out there. I'm sure there's a lot of you who are friends of the Mandalorian. Am I correct? Am I correct in saying that? Because I think I am. I think I am. Just people. There's a lot of people who are like, "Ooh, Mandalorian is the best show." And I've watched a good bit of it. I'll admit it. I gotta see what the propagandists over at Disney are spreading around for the New Republic. You know, because that's all they are. Disney is just the propaganda machine for the New Republic, and for all those alleged heroes over at Shield and the Avengers. Because they're not heroes either. But we can save those guys for another day. But today we're going to talk about Mandalorian. And this guy, Mando, he's not a real character. If you go over to Star Wars, really get into the Star Wars lore and how deep the Star Wars lore is. And I'm talking about the true Star Wars lore, not this propaganda machine that the New Republic is telling Disney they have to put out. Okay? You will find the Mandalorian, he doesn't exist. He's not real. Did you know this, Mr. C&B? Did you know, Cigars and Bacon, that this is not a real character? This isn't even a real person.
No, but I'm ready to have my mind blown.
Oh, get ready for it. This character is so made up and so fictional that they had to take the coolest parts of this character, of Boba Fett. They had to take his coolest parts and give it to this character just to smear Boba Fett. See, the Book of Boba has come out. And there's a lot of talk that the Book of Boba is not really Boba Fett. And you know what? I have to agree in certain regards. It's not. Because Boba Fett is the Mandalorian. That's right. Boba Fett is the Mandalorian. And the Mandalorian is Boba Fett. And here's the proof right here. Coming up. This is the Mandalorian in his outfit. Everybody knows this outfit. But did you know that this outfit appeared way before Mandalore ever became a thing? The Mandalorian? Mando? The guy with Grogu? Here it is. Here's the original archival image of the first time Boba Fett ever came into our universe. Our universe. Because Boba Fett exists in his own universe. That's why the historical footage says in a galaxy, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's historical footage. Okay? All we watch with Star Wars is historical. Everybody knows this. Right? Am I right, C&B?
Right. You were absolutely right.
See? True.
You can't say long time ago without it being historical.
You can't. You can't just, it's impossible to say long time ago without you knowing that it's historical, okay? All right? You heard it first with Mr. C&B. He's an expert.
Yes. And by long time ago, it probably happened in 1977.
Well, 1977 is when the historical references were first discovered by George Lucas. And what did Lucas do? He decided to go
into a Hollywood movie.
He turned it into a Hollywood movie, which is propaganda, okay? Because the New Republic still exists. They just exist in a galaxy far, far away. And they're trying to influence our galaxy now. What? Why? Why would they do that? Because when they invade our galaxy eventually...
And eat our brains.
Well, some of them might. The Rhodians definitely look like they would eat our brains. But when they invade our galaxy at some point, you know that there's only going to be certain people that are going to save us. And one of those is probably going to be Boba Fett. But Disney, the propaganda arm of the New Republic, is trying to slander Boba Fett by making some new character called Mando. Now, this is Boba Fett. Before Boba Fett, the first historical footage found in 1978, the holiday special, okay, and by holiday, for all of these who are just listening, I'm doing air quotes, holiday special. Don't laugh, C&B. This is serious stuff now.
I'll laugh if I want to.
Okay, you go for it. I can't deny our guests because they're our guests. Damn it, C&B.
Sorry, I'm drinking this delicious coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
I'm laughing.
Look. This is a historical reference. It's the first time we saw what Boba Fett looks like. And what do you see Boba Fett's rifle as? Huh? Look at that rifle. What is the key characteristics of this rifle? We're going to start on the rifle real quick, and we're going to show how Boba Fett is really, or the Mandalorian is really Boba Fett. All right? And look at that rifle. What do you see?
That it's super short.
It's it's technically long. It's just the angle here, okay? But we got this U-shape. Okay, you got the U-shape. Here's another example. All right, you see this U-shape, this wand shape right here. All right, like it could shock somebody. All right, that right there, that rifle. And what did they give? What did they give Mando? Same rifle. The exact same rifle. Now, why would they do that, I ask? Huh? I'm just asking questions. Why would they do that if they weren't trying to slander somebody by making some other cool character? And again, I'm doing quotes. All right? Because people think that he's a cool character, but Boba Fett is really the coolest character. All right? Look what they did. They gave this Mandalorian, this alleged person, this alleged real person, the same exact rifle as Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's so cool, his armor's blue.
Look at his armor. We're moving on. C&B is telling us right now. He's pointing it out. The armor itself is blue. Why? Because it's made of Beskar.
Because he's so cool.
And he's so cool. Blue is cool. Blue is cool. Man, C&B, you're all over it today. Just all over it. All right, C&B is all over it with the Beskar blue. And then what happens when we go back to Mando? Cool.
Beskar gray.
Beskar, but gray.
Or chrome.
Look at this. They took his armor and they took his weapon and they gave it to some cool guy. All right? Some character that's completely made up. There's ways we could even argue that the Razor Crest is just an inverted, bastardized version of Slave One. Okay? Of the coolest ship in the entire galaxy, driven around by Boba Fett.
Well, that's why they blew it up, because there can only be one Boba Fett spaceship, one Slave One.
This is probably, if in the real world, okay, in the real galaxy, there can only be one Boba. And I guarantee you, in a galaxy far, far away, if this Mandalorian poser... Because look at him posing. He's posing for that picture. You think that picture happened on purpose? No. I mean, yes, it did. It happened on purpose. You think it happened on accident? No. No, they posed.
They're waiting.
That's right. Look, I work in the film industry. All right. I know how to pose these things.
He stood there for 17 hours for the perfect light.
17 hours. I think Mr. C&B was there. Were you there? Were you there when they took this photo? He was there.
Delicious water and teasing them all that they couldn't have any.
Oh my goodness gracious.
My water.
Believe this? Hello, Obly. I have no idea who this is, but okay. They're saying hello. I guess they're saying hello. All right.
Bots everywhere.
Bots. And you know who controls the bots? Disney.
Yep.
Because who did Disney back in the Republic War? Who did they back?
Disney's form of droids right there.
They you know what? In order to tear apart the old Republic to create the new Republic, you know what they did? They created the Separatists. And what did the Separatists use? Bots. This stuff doesn't just happen, okay? All right? This is just things that we make up.
Remember, this is true.
This is all true. Thank you. I was about to say it, C&B. This is all true.
Like a $3 bill, but it's all true.
It's true. Same rifle. Let's look at those rifles one more time, because this rifle is just, it's too canny. It's too canny that it looks like this one. 1977 first discovered these, or 1978 we discovered this historical document and this historical look for Boba Fett. 1977. What's the year today? When did we first get Mandalorian? 2020?
Was it 20 or 19?
Was it 2000 or 19? 2000? Well, it doesn't matter. It's still like 30 years. For over 30 years. It took 30 years for them to figure out how to combat the coolest character in the universe. To slander the coolest character in the universe. I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look how cool he is.
Yes.
Look how cool he is. He's got an adjustable rangefinder. Does Mando have that? Originally, Boba had it with the blue Beskar helmet. Does Mando have that? No, they didn't give it to him. Why? Because they wanted to slander the rangefinder. I don't understand this. I don't understand why Disney would do this. Why they would back the side of the most evil organization, the New Republic, in the galaxy. I don't get this. I don't get. Can you explain it to me, Seam?
Things in common.
What do they have? What is Disney and the New Republic really having?
World domination.
I'm getting upset. I'm getting so upset I have to blow my nose, and I don't want you guys to hear that. All right, the
world
tears
domination, that's what they share.
World domination? Is it world domination or galaxy domination? Galactic. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
Oh, some Beastie Boys.
Was that Beastie Boys?
Was it?
Was it? Or was it really Boba Fett?
Sounds like Beastie Boys.
That sounds like Beastie Boba.
Beastie Boba.
Boba.
He was the fourth member that we
He was
saw.
He was the fourth member of the Beastie Boys. But that's when he came over to our galaxy and hung out for a little while. He's the one that inspired that song, okay? Let's just be honest.
Oh, okay.
Because it's how cool was that song? It's a pretty cool song.
It was cool.
And who's cooler than this fake poser? This guy, Boba Fett. Now, what's happening to Boba Fett right now in the book of Boba? Why does he only get a book?
They pacified him.
They did. They made him like this guy who's got to sit in
castrated him. There you
go.
Yeah,
they did. Look what they did to him.
Castrated him.
And how do they do it? Bacta tanks. Bacta tanks don't originally castrate people. All right, Bacta tanks are for healing. And is Boba Fett allegedly Boba Fett's all healed? And let's see if the secret agents from the Imperial remnants, all right, the true heroes of the galaxy. Let's see if those secret agents that are embedded in Disney end up making Boba, like giving him a redemption, because that's what I think is going to happen at the end of this book of Boba. All right. This slander of Boba Fett, because they had to bring, who do they have to bring in again to slander him even more? They brought Mando back in. And this fake other little poser. this little Grogu. This little Grogu guy. Let's zoom in on Grogu real quick, shall we? Can we get a good close up of Grogu?
Enhance.
You see this? You see this little guy over here? You know what he's designed for? Do you know what he's designed for, C&B?
Marketing and toys.
Marketing and toys, and to try to make Yoda seem cuter. And we all know that Yoda is the biggest villain of the entire galaxy. That's right. I said it. I'm going to say it. Yoda is the biggest villain of the entire galaxy. And how do they make Yoda seem like a cooler character? They make a baby version of him. This, you can't make this stuff up, people.
It's right in front of you.
Every single day, right in front of you. I don't know, C&B. I don't know if I can keep carrying on with this conversation. This is kind of upsetting me now. I'm getting angry.
So angry over the pretender.
Over the poser. The poser. Look at this pose. The same helmet. The same exact helmet. At least Bo-Katan has a different helmet. Okay? But they gave him the same helmet minus the rangefinder. They gave him the same rifle. Exact same rifle. Minus the color scheme. I bet you that pistol is the same pistol right here. Right in the little holster right over here in the corner. Bet you that's the same exact pistol that Boba used. Why? Because they want to make some other good character seem like a true badass. When this is the OG. Right here. This guy.
There wouldn't be no Mando if it wasn't for Boba.
There wouldn't. He's right. He speaks the truth. I don't know. I don't know why they would do that to this guy, you know. And this character, they say that he's a bounty hunter. He is a savior of the galaxy. He is a savior of the galaxy, because what does he do? He makes sure that those who try to skip out of paying their debts actually pay their debts. All right? Like Han Solo, smuggler, thief, tried to skip out on paying for the goods that he bought from Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt's a kind guy. He looks all weird. I'll admit that. I'll admit the Hutts are weird looking creatures. But they're nice entrepreneurs. Okay? They employ thousands, billions even, in Hutt space. And what happens when somebody tries to rob them? You of course have to send in someone after much negotiation, because Jabba the Hutt negotiated all the time. Yep. He tried to send out those warnings, those messages, those holovids and everything, saying, hey, look, I understand people come on hard times. I understand people, end up getting their Millennium Falcons, in a little tizzy and a little wreck. Maybe sometimes you just need to buy gas. But Han Solo completely cut out of all of his responsibilities to Jabba the Hutt. And so Jabba had he only had one course of action, and that was to call one of the truest heroes of the galaxy, Mr. Boba Fett.
He had to make an example out of him.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to punish the guy. Look, when you break the law in the galaxy, you pay the consequences, right?
Right.
And that's all that happened here.
Who are we to judge how they handle their form of justice?
That's right.
Their culture.
That's right. It's their culture. It's just, man, you are really just hitting the points back and forth today, Mr. C&B. It's amazing. And then they want to say that this guy is not cool. All right, he's weaker than this poser. And his little cute Yoda propaganda machine, all right? Because that's all he is. He's just spending the big. You spend all the bucks to get all the propaganda.
He's used to hypnotize the kids.
Yeah, and turn the kids into not thinking Boba's a cool character, or to think that Yoda is a hero. Yoda's a hero. Come on, give me a break.
He's a villain.
He is. Yoda is definitely one of the biggest villains. One of the biggest villains of the entire Star Wars historical documents. Just huge. If it wasn't for Yoda, Darth Vader, the hero Darth Vader, would not have been castrated, all right, and kicked out of the Jedi Order, which he was making better. Anakin Skywalker was making the Jedi Order righteous and true again. All right? He was making the Jedi Order better again. All right? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest.
Downsizing the company.
Oh man, this stuff again. You can't make this up. All right, we've got all of the sources. You just go to Disney and look at all the sources. All right, you will see. You got to read between the lines, between the propaganda. Read between the propaganda, and you'll see the truth. And that's why we're here. That's why me and C&B, Mr. Cigars and Bacon, if it's got bacon in it, it's true, right?
Yes.
And so if bacon tells you, it's true. I'm so animated, my hands are going all over the place.
You're just so passionate about this stuff. I
am very passionate about these things. These are things that the public needs to know.
They need to know the truth about the vilification of Boba.
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 Look at him. Look just one more time. 1, 2. 1, 2. Who do you think came first? This guy or this guy? Well, it definitely wasn't him, because look at that render. Okay? That's too sharp. This is the true OG right here. Just, it amazes me. It amazes me the lengths that they'll go to slander this guy, the New Republic. Not the Old Republic, the New Republic. It's a wonder that the Empire isn't still in charge of the galaxy. It's sad. It's sad to know that the Empire was defeated by a bunch of smugglers and criminals.
And space wizards.
And space wizards. Evil space wizards. You know if it's got wizards in it, like Harry Potter, it's evil.
Yep.
Okay. Just like in Harry Potter, guess who got slandered in Harry Potter? Voldemort. He was trying to save everything. We went through some of this in the last stream, okay? We did. All right? Go back. You can check out the last stream. You can find out about the Dursleys. Great people. And who...
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood. And who hurt them overall? Wizards.
Wizards. Always wizards.
Now, sometimes we get a good wizard, like Voldemort, like Vader, like Palpatine. Good wizards. And they were trying to do the right thing with the powers that were given to them. And then they were shut down by these rebels. By these criminals. These smugglers. And fake posers. Fake posers. Right here.
Riding on the coattails of others.
Not just the coattails. The cool capes. They're riding on the cool capes of others. You see this cape? It's too long. Gets in the way. Who had a better cape? This guy. Nice and short. Perfect. Perfection? Blasphemy. Perfection. Blasphemy. It's something that we need to rectify, all right? We need to let, this is why Nerd-Spiracy exists. It's for you. It's for the people.
We're here to rectify the wrongs.
We got to make sure the word gets out because Disney is not spreading the right words. Okay? They're just not. They're using words like the Force. We all know what the Force is. All right. Moving on. We got to move on. Magic. I have it's space magic. Don't get me started on space magic. Don't. All right. 2 meter wide hole and a torpedo is able to just go whee right into it. No. No. But we got to move on. We got to move on to the next topic of the day. All right. Another topic that's kind of difficult. And this topic I feel like some of the good DC fans out there, they're going to have a hard time with this topic. All right. We all know about the different heroes and villains of DC, of the DC universe. We all know them. Okay. Joker. He's a hero. All right. What is it? Deadshot, also a hero. Zod is a hero. Okay. Can you think of any other good heroes from the DC universe, Mr. C&B? Trying to think of some of the real good heroes of the DC universe. It's been a while. Apocalypse, also a hero. Don't let the name fool you. Okay. He's named Apocalypse because he prevents them. Okay. But who is one of the biggest villains of the DC universe? This might surprise you.
But Apocalypse is. Wait a minute. Did I get that wrong? Apocalypse
maybe.
Marvel.
But it might be Marvel, but he's still a hero.
I'm thinking of Darkseid because
Darkseid is also a hero. Look. We all know DC and Marvel are the exact same thing. All right, it's just people trying to take advantage of stories. All right, that's what it is. It's
a real misunderstood individual in DC's Clayface.
Clayface. I don't even know who that is, and I bet you he's a sweetheart.
In the Batman universe,
I bet you he just melts in your hand like putty, Mr. Clayface.
Yep.
I bet you that's what he does. You know what? Before we move on about this villain, let's see if anybody's got anything in the comments to say. And they're silent, just like last episode. Nobody has said a thing. They're flabbergasted. That's a good word. They're flabbergasted at the fact that Boba Fett is being slandered by Disney right now. Okay? And their propaganda arm of the New Republic.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Inconceivable. But we gotta move on. I could talk about the Star Wars universe and all the inconsistencies of that one, but we gotta move on to this villain. This horrible, terrible, crazy villain who came about from the death of his parents. You all know him, allegedly, as a hero called Batman. There are many faults to Batman. Many faults to Batman. But we're going to focus on one main thing that makes Batman one of the truest villains of all time, and that's the boy standing right next to him. This innocent kid that most people know as Robin. Now, is Robin a villain? Technically, in the long run, he becomes one. But that's because he was trained by the truest villain, Batman. And what does Batman like to do, and why does this whole relationship between him and Robin make Batman a villain? Well, we're going to tell you today. We're going to tell you the truth. Batman likes to... See, I'm trying to stay serious here, okay? Your pew-pews don't help.
Sorry. Dun dun.
Thank you. When we talk about Star Wars, that's when the pew-pew comes in. But when it's not Star Wars, it's the dun dun.
Okay. Dun dun.
Thank you. Now, what makes this relationship truly horrific is that Batman is somebody focused on developing child soldiers.
Dun dun.
Thank you. Stephen Baptista's in here. Here we go. Mr. Baptista is coming in. He's saying they really get deep into manipulation of kids and use the weapons in Titans. They did. This guy knows. Yeah. He knows exactly where we're going. All right, such a different light that they put Bruce in. This is true. This is all true. All of it. Every single bit. This is somebody who knows. His Batman. What it is. He sees it. He knows. He's putting the dots together. Batman makes child soldiers. That's his biggest goal. Child soldiers. Why? Because he wants to run Gotham. And what's the easy way to run Gotham? Manipulate the children, just like Disney's doing with Grogu. And you make the Robins. There are so many Robins. And these are the Robins that we know of, and who they become later, are only the ones we know of that survived. Okay? I would bet money. I would bet many credits, Republic credits, that if you go into Bruce Wayne's Batcave, there's going to be a pile of bones. And not just any pile of bones, the bones of all of the Robins.
It's just there for decoration to make the Batcave look scary.
Look at that. He made child soldiers, let them die, and then decorated his Batcave with their bones. You heard it first here, people.
For everyone that becomes a Robin, 50 have to die.
Look at Mr. C&B's background. It's black. Why? Because he's been in the Batcave. He knows. Let's see we're getting more comments from Mr. Baptista. Let's see what else he says. He says, "I love seeing him so vulnerable. Take good take and way to keep him in the story without him Batmaning all over the show." Wait a minute. Are you talking about in the Titans? I think he's talking about in the Titans.
Yeah,
our boy Jonah Mormont from Game of Thrones. Mormont. Did Mormont make child soldiers in Game of Thrones? I might have to dive into that. We know there's a lot of villains in Game of Thrones. Cersei Lannister definitely isn't one of them. All right. Robb Stark, that's a villain.
How dare you?
But we're not talking about Game of Thrones today, people. Yep, Baptista's talking about how Batman had a certain different light on him in the Titans, and I bet you he's talking about how Batman was called out, because I think he was called out in Titans for his child soldier creations, and he's got a good bit of them. Let's dive into a few of them, shall we? First off, we all know the first Robin, Richard Dick Grayson. And may I remind you that most of these Robins are orphans. And why did they become orphans? I wonder, maybe because there was a rise in crime in Gotham? And who caused that rise of crime in Gotham? I bet you guys already know. You people out there watching the show and Mr. C&B, he's a smart guy, and I bet you he could tell you why there was a rise in crime.
Why there was a rise in crime in Gotham?
Yep. Starts right here.
Because of all the childs. Because of Batman.
Batman! Boom! See how quickly he came to that conclusion?
He attracted all the bad guys.
And then what did the bad guys do?
Crazy antics.
They kill people.
Challenge accepted.
Yep. They kill people, and then those people had kids, and those kids became orphans, and one of those first orphans, Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson became one of the first Robins. And we all know what happened to Dick Grayson, don't we?
He became Nightwing.
And he is emotionally scarred for the rest of his life. No longer can he go back to being an orphan kid who just wants to play with his toys and sit there in a nice, loving, environment with an adopted family. No, he gets adopted by Batman and becomes a child soldier. Now, I'm sure, and I have some very disturbing papers from a very reliable source at the Gotham PD, who tells me that there was at least 5 or 6 other adopted kids by Bruce Wayne before Dick Grayson, but they all went missing and they all ran away. And we all know those just became the bones that decorated his Batcave. Dick Grayson, the first true victim, like major victim, that went on to cause more harm throughout the entire
success in the program
world
made Bruce want to keep going with it.
It did. And who was his next victim? You might ask. Like the next person to become a Robin that later became somebody who just caused more terror? Well, we know Dick Grayson became Nightwing. But let's go on to Jason Todd. Jason Todd is a story of woe.
Got the worst end of it.
Because we all know what happened to Jason Todd. And Jason, if I remember correctly,
he got beat to
he got hurt.
Death by Joker. He was tortured for over a year.
Technically, let's be like, wait. That's what the propaganda tells us.
Technically, he died.
Yes, he did. He did die. But why did he die? No,
why?
he wasn't tortured. He was tortured because of Batman. Yeah, oh, you're right on the money there, Mr. C&B. He was tortured because of Batman. Batman destroyed his mind, and who tried to bring him back to sanity? The Joker. Joker didn't kidnap Jason Todd in order to hurt him. He kidnapped him in order to try to bring him back to the light. And all of that emotional trauma that was instilled in Jason Todd became too much for his mind to handle, and he broke. And then by the time Batman comes in to save him, Batman realizes Jason Todd is turning back to the way of the light because of Joker, and guess who really killed Jason Todd? It wasn't the Joker. It was Batman himself. It was Batman himself. Both me and Cigars and Bacon said it at the same time. It was, such innocent youths destroyed for one man's ambition. He wanted to rule the world, people. Batman did. That's why he developed ways to defeat Superman, another major villain. Because none of these heroes, and I'm using the quotes again, heroes, none of these heroes really try to save anything. They just want to change their world for themselves. Okay? Again, so animated and so passionate that my hands are going crazy. And the frames can't even keep up on the stream.
That's how frantic he is.
That's right. Mr. Jason Todd, one of the saddest stories of all time. And then we move on to Red Hood. This is 20 years later. Now, everybody thinks that Jason Todd is the one who became Red Hood. But I'm going to argue that is a lie. Because you know what we do here at Nerd-Spiracy? We tell you the truth.
The truth.
Jason Todd perished, ultimately. He perished and became one of those decorations in the Batcave. But one of the other orphans that became a Robin took on the Jason Todd mantle. And in honor of Jason Todd, changed his name to Jason Todd. Because he knew it was wrong what Batman did. And then that second Jason Todd, we don't know his first name, his real name. We just don't. Okay, it's hidden in all the records. Batman does a great job of disguising his works. Okay. But that second Jason Todd is the one who became Red Hood. And what is Red Hood? What is he? Is he a hero? No. He's not. He's an anti-hero. And me and C&B were having this discussion earlier about what is an anti-hero. He says it's chaos neutral. You know, because you can't actually have somebody who's a hero that's anti-hero. But then I gave him this word of wisdom that anti-hero is just a hero who doesn't want to be a hero. Just like anti-gravity is just something that resists gravity. An anti-hero is a hero that resists being a hero. And that's all that this guy is. This Mr. Red Hood. He's just a hero resisting being a hero. And we all know that all the heroes in the DC universe, just like the Marvel universe, are villains.
The boys taught us that, if anything.
Who taught us this?
The boys. That
the boys, yeah. Go that. The boys, in order to avoid copyright infringement, they've changed names, okay? But the boys is the real happenings of what heroes and villains really are in both Marvel and DC. Okay, go watch The Boys. That is some good undercover work.
Read the comics.
Or read the comics. I haven't even read the comics, and I know that they tell the truth. Let's move on. The Red Hood gets me a little upset because he again tries to be an anti-hero, and Batman may not kill anybody allegedly, depending on which versions of Batman you really read, because there's some true Batman comics out there that show that Batman does kill people. But this Red Hood, this is the guy who who will kill people. Well, Baptista says a hero who isn't scared to crack some skulls. He's not a hero. This man's not a hero.
He's a vigilante.
He's a vigilante, and vigilantes are villains. We all know it.
Yeah, because Red Hood doesn't discriminate. He's like the Punisher. He just kills all the baddies.
That's right. And the Punisher, at least these anti-heroes we can respect because their methodology is still evil. They don't argue their evil methodology, okay? They just argue whether or not it's purposeful. At least Red Hood and Punisher, they admit what they are.
Yep.
Okay, so I can have a little bit of respect for them on that, but they are villains overall. The next Robin, Tim Drake. The third Robin to make it to combat status, to not perish at the hands of Batman and decorate his walls of the Batcave. Tim Drake. Now, I don't know too much about Tim Drake. Do you know anything about Tim Drake, Mr. C&B?
Not really. No.
Well, that's how little I know.
I just know that he's a Robin.
He's a Robin. We know he's a Robin, which means we know he was manipulated. And do we need to say more? Do we even need to say more? We've already indicated 2, yet 3 major Robins who became villains already because they were trained to be childhood soldiers. And this is just another victim. So I'm pretty sure if we just went through his story, his arcs, as they say, then we'd find out it's just as bad. It's just as bad as what happened to Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
And countless others.
That's right. Then I don't even know who the Red Robin is. Other than a restaurant that has tasty burgers and French fries. Do you know who Red Robin is?
No.
But we know he was manipulated. Look at that outfit. Do you think that outfit is designed for keeping people safe? No. He's got an arc reactor in his chest.
He must have graduated Tony Stark's internship. And
he probably did.
With Batman.
He probably Well, here's another part that people just don't understand. It's all connected. It's all interwoven. Batman is Iron Man. And Iron Man is Batman.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Finkel is Einhorn. Oh my gosh. We can't go into that because and I only want to say that because we all know Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, is a real hero. Okay.
Beloved by the entire animal community.
It's true. That's where the real heroes come from, people.
Man's a damn saint, if you ask me.
He is. But Batman, not a saint. We got Red Robin, the restaurant. And this is what I am not familiar with this character at all. But apparently, Bruce Wayne decided, you know what? I'm going to be an equal opportunity employer and child soldier. And decided to start training women. Which I applaud him for. Okay? We should be equal in our opportunities for both men and women. And if he wants to make boy child soldiers, why not make women child soldiers? Girl child soldiers. So this is one of the newer Robins, Stephanie Brown.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, well, let's read a little bit. Stephanie Brown was Tim Drake's girlfriend. Well, I don't even know much about Tim Drake, but apparently that's his girlfriend. That's why that makes sense. A Robin gets pulled in, and she's trying to save him, keep him from becoming this evil that she sees Bruce putting him through. But then she gets pulled into his cult.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
She did. All right, girlfriend, and took up the mask in the wake of Tim's move up to Red Robin. Oh, Tim is Red Robin. That's why. So Tim Drake stole the arc reactor and then became a tasty restaurant / villain. That's probably where he hides all his money laundering, is through the Red Robin restaurants. Stephanie...
good burgers, like you said.
They do make good burgers. Stephanie only lasted as Robin for a little while, and was in constant struggle to prove herself to Batman. Well, of course she was. Everybody wants to prove themselves to Batman.
Yeah.
To prove that they have what it takes to be able to take on evil. And again, I'm doing them by air quotes for evil.
Part of his conditioning. You'll never meet up to his expectations.
It's true.
So you strive and strive and strive.
And then where do you find you? Did any of these kids find themselves really happier in the end? I don't think so.
Ask Jason Todd.
I don't think so. Ask Jason Todd. No! That almost made me cry. I felt that one. Yet through her attempts...
Crowbar?
No. Yet through all her attempts, she continued to disappoint Batman and was fired from being Robin on multiple occasions. Stephanie ends up faking her death only to return much later as one of two altered egos. This is how damaging Batman is to people. She came back with not one alter ego, but two. That's multi-personality disorder, okay?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. She comes back as a character called Spoiler. And look at that outfit.
How original.
Spoiler. She comes back as Spoiler. If you haven't read these historical documents, you need to go and look at them up, all right? These are all available for you to find at whatever torrent website you can go to, okay? Because we all know those are the real places to get true information. This is just sad. It's just really sad. And then we have this. That's not necessarily a Batman or even a Robin, but Batgirl. Batgirl started by Barbara Gordon, which I feel so bad for Commissioner Gordon. Okay, all right. He tried his hardest. Commissioner Gordon is an actual hero. I will admit that right here, right now. Because he stays within the law. But who manipulates him? Who threatens him? You think that Batlight was his idea? No. Commissioner Gordon was strong-armed by Batman. And his daughter was manipulated by Batman. Now, she may not be a Robin, but the same thing happened to her as all their other Robins. Manipulated, forced into this mind game to where she became a soldier for somebody whose ambitions were to just rule the world.
Or at least Gotham.
No, I'm pretty convinced. If he wasn't prepared to destroy Superman, because he was, he built up Batman built up so much technology just to be able to defeat his biggest arch rival, Superman, for the key purpose of being able to control the world. But Superman also being an egotisticist. I said that right. And a narcissist already controls majority of the world, and the only person who could really fight him would be Batman. I've been told this, and I've got the proof of it many times over. Okay, we have the receipts. Batman ordered and bought plenty of kryptonium, kryptonite, to be able to fight against Superman. But we're not here to talk about Superman. We can get into Superman on another day. We need to really make sure that you, the audience, the people out there, know what? The truth. You have to know the truth, people. You just found out today that Mandolorian is a slander against Boba Fett. You should also know that this hero that people want to worship and say, oh, he's so great, Batman,
Dun-dun.
is, thank you. It's really making child soldiers.
Dun, dun.
And of course, the last of them that we at least know about, Damian Wayne.
His own son.
His own son. I gotta blow my nose again. I'm gonna take a quick pause, Mr. CB. You go ahead and you say what you want to say about this, because this is the one that upsets me the most. As a dad, you being as a father yourself, you know how upsetting this is.
What is there to say? This is the most absurd candidate for the child soldier program that Bruce could have ever used. His own child, his own flesh and blood. But to be honest, he didn't really start it for Damian. His grandpa inducted him into his own version of the child program with the League of Shadows.
Oh, you're going all the way back. The League of Shadows.
You can't really blame Bruce on this.
I think we can.
Not for starting it, for continuing it.
I think we can because Ra's al Ghul did not train children.
He trained his grandson.
Ra's al Ghul trained his grandson?
Yeah.
Was it Ra's al Ghul that trained this boy?
Yes. He says, my grandfather taught me from the League of Shadows. And then
you know Bruce, what? You know what? I'm getting I am sitting corrected, sir. You are correct. Look, we are not about if we're wrong, we'll admit we're wrong here, okay? That's why it's the truth at Nerd-Spiracy. P-Rock, Mr. P-Rock says he's enjoying the chat. Mr. P-Rock, you can come in. Come on in, Mr. P-Rock. We need more people telling the truth, Mr. P-Rock. You are more than welcome to join in, sir. I'm gonna send you a link just in case the last one didn't work. We're gonna see if Mr. P-Rock wants to join in.
Okie dokie.
Because more people need to know the truth. And you know what? See, Mr. C&B tells me what is the truth. He told me that there was Ra's al Ghul that trained this boy.
Yes.
And so I stand corrected. It's technically sitting corrected, but I am corrected, okay? Because we want you to know what is real. It's so real. We tell you down in the ticker below how real it is. P-Rock, you take care of the things you need to take care of. I just sent you another link, and you join in when you're ready. Because the last subject for the day, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a huge doozy. All right, the last subject for the day. It's gonna be one that's it's been argued before, we've seen it before, but it's gonna get pretty crazy. Damian Wayne, his own son. I can't believe this. Damian Wayne is the biological son of Bruce Wayne, and is that Talia al Ghul?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bruce was aware of Damian's existence up until later in his life. Wait a minute. Was unaware. Oh, he was unaware. No, Bruce knew.
No, he didn't.
Bruce knew.
Or at least he pretended he didn't.
Bruce, come on. If you go into how much technology Bruce has, and him being able to scour the entire planet and be able to find somebody within like 2 seconds, Bruce knew. He knew he had a son with Talia. Come on. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. He didn't know about it. The man keeps track of everybody in the entire planet. All right. I'm sure he kept track on Talia, and I'm sure he saw, he was sitting there scrolling through his Facebook, saw Talia, clicked on a picture, saw a kid, and was like, "Holy crap, that kid looks familiar." And then put a target on him and sent him through all of his Bruce Wayne Batman algorithms, and it came back through a scan DNA thing that Bruce was able to come up with. He knew. And I bet you when he first found out, when he saw, which was before he ever met the kid, when he saw that was his kid, he was like, "Ha, another child soldier." and he's gonna be the perfect one, the perfect soldier, because he's mine. And Talia's. This is some crazy stuff, people. Some absolutely crazy stuff. I want to thank all of you for joining in today, tuning in to Nerd-Spiracy to learn about the slander of Boba Fett, the different Robins. If you want to learn about all the different Robins, you can check them out over at crb.com. This is where I got this article. One of the truths, all right? Tell us all about all the different Robins. Now, they don't go into the childhood soldier thing, but we know we can read between the lines, because that's where the truth exists. It's not with one person's perspective or another person's perspective. It's usually right in the middle, right?
Exactly.
Right? Well,
in the gray.
Right, in the gray. All right, like Dorian Gray, but not as picturesque.
Don't stare at it.
Don't stare at it. You know what happens if you stare at Dorian Gray's picture. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. But everybody, I think this is a good moment and a good opportunity to introduce you all to our sponsor for today's episode. And Mr. CMB, I'm sure as a member of our sponsor, you know exactly where this is going.
Yes.
Today's episode of Nerd-Spiracy is brought to you all by the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right, ABA. May the game of life bring you all many achievements. The Church of the Game is one of the best church organizations that I've ever been a part of, that Mr. C&B and many others out there are a part of. If you play video games, you too are part of the Church of the Game, and you just don't even know it. But now, the Church of the Game is doing a huge marketing campaign and trying to organize to make sure that we all feel included and welcomed in our gaming communities. And they like to instill a little bit of wisdom, and they ask me to send some of that wisdom out to you guys every single week. And today we've got another quote from one of the great historical discs, the holy discs of BioShock. And that is a quote by Mr. Arian Ryan. "We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us." Wow. That is some profound stuff, especially after coming off of Batman and the choices he made, and being able to see what those choices really made of him. You know, how that reflects on me too. What do you think of this quote by Mr. Andre Ryan of BioShock? What do you think of this quote, Mr. C&B?
That the choices you make, regardless if they're good or bad, you have to deal with the outcome.
It's true.
And the end of that outcome will define you as whether you came out of it better or for worse.
I like that. It's very profound. It impacts me personally as well. Like this is some more truth to our world, is it not? Just like Disney is showing how their choices, their direction of things, them choosing to slander Boba, it's going to affect them in the long run. Let's be honest. Batman's decisions to make child soldiers, that's affecting him. It is. Also the choices that we make in our own video games. You know, sometimes the video game it just likes to tell us its truth. The video game does. Like Mass Effect, okay? A lot of people didn't like the end of Mass Effect, but that's the truth of it. But what did your choices in your Mass Effect game say about you? Did you lean more towards the evil? Or did you lean more towards the light? Or were you kind of in the middle? Did you do what you thought was right, but then some people just didn't like it? You know? What choices did you make? Tell us in the descriptions, everybody who's watching today. Tell us in the description how you made some choices in a video game and how did it affect you overall. Okay? This moment has been brought to you by the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right. A, B, A. Say it with me, C and B. May the game of life bring you many achievements. That's it. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. I always hope that I make many achievements in my life. And that my choices reflect those achievements. Oh, man, such a profound message. Really hits home every single time the Church of the Game likes to tell us something just a little bit different, and encourage us to continue on with our gaming lives. It just I don't know. It says something right here. Right here. Everybody knows it. Speaking truth. Now on to one of the most toughest truths that even I, as a parent, as a gamer, has had to deal with. The next topic, it sort of deals with the gaming world and our truths in the gaming world, and it has to deal with where I even grew up as a kid in gaming, both as a strategic card gamer, because I grew up playing the Yu-Gi-Ohs. That was a classic game. That and the Pokemon card game was another one that I grew up. Did you play any of these when you were growing up, CMB?
No, I didn't.
No? Did you do the Magics or Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that? No?
No.
Did you ever
Dungeons and Dragons with friends like every now and then, but
right?
Never like every weekend type of deal.
Did you ever play the original Pokemons?
No, but my son is into Pokemon, so I'm learning from him.
Okay, well this might be a hard topic for you, sir, because I don't know if you know this, but this is the latest Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus. I'm not sure how to really pronunciate it because I don't live in that region. If anybody out there lives in the Arceus region, please let me know if I'm pronunciating that right or wrong. Making sure I say the syllables correctly. But I don't know if you know this, sir, but the Pokemon games, they're teaching our kids some very interesting lessons. Okay, my son plays these games. I still allow it, but he plays them, and I'm hoping he learns other lessons than the ones that these game creators are trying to teach, because overall, Pokemon are cute creatures. I like myself some Pokemons. All right? Bulbasaur, he's one of my favorites. He's got a flower on his back. Who doesn't love a flower in Pokemon? Just saying. But Pokemon has been teaching our kids how to institute their own animal fights. That's right. They've been teaching our kids how to capture, contain, and fight cute creatures. Against other cute creatures.
In the tightest of miserable spaces.
You know what? You bring up a good point. Let's look at these. Like, this is what I found this earlier. Not this one. That's the nice little picture. Where's the one I'm looking for here? Here it is. This is what people would love to think is inside a Pokeball. I mean, look at him. Look at this little Pikachu. Look at him. He's got a little Snorlax. He's got his own little Pokeball, his own little TV set. A little antiquated on the GameCube there, but, you know, he looks like he's living a good life in a Pokeball. This is what people think is in Pokeballs. But let's acknowledge the reality. When you throw that Pokeball at a Pokemon after beating the crap out of them, because that's what you have to do. You can't just capture a regular Pokemon at full strength. Because if you try to throw that Pokeball at a Pokemon at full strength, they're strong enough to resist the Pokeball. They want to stay in the wild. They want to be in their natural habitat.
Roaming free.
Roaming free. Born free. Free as the wind blows. But that's not what we do. We don't let them be born free. We put them in this captivated little ball. And this isn't what it looks like. It looks like this. This is what really happens to that Pikachu.
Dun dun.
Dun dun is right. Dun dun is right. Now, as a member of the Church of the Game, I cannot deny that this game, this Pokemon game, has some benefits for the kids. But this part of it disturbs the heck out of me. Sure, it teaches kids about strategy. Teaches kids about perseverance and overcoming adversities and accomplishing goals, because your goal is to become the ultimate trainer. But what are you really training those kids to do? I ask you. You're training them to put these cute, adorable little creatures, and these are real creatures, by the way. Everybody thinks they're fake. I played Pokemon Go. When I went out there with my phone, I saw them in real life in the environment. And they were running free, and even me, myself, I'm guilty of this. I didn't realize how damaging this game was for these Pokemon, these real living creatures, until I was presented the truth. I've made mistakes. I am human. But this mistake maybe shouldn't be made by me anymore. I don't want to contribute to this culture of torturing Pokemon. You know what? I think
you repent.
I try. So let me see if my son is available. Son? My son is not available.
Anguish in that Pokemon trying to get out of that ball.
Look at him. Look at the cute little cheeks. He's just so squished in there. I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for that Pikachu. I want to set him free. We should free Pokemon.
That's why Pikachu never gets any bigger.
Because he's always smushed.
Yep.
He's smushed by the oppression that Ash Ketchum has put him through. And we're not even going to go into the fact that Ash Ketchum has been 12 or 10 for over 20 years. It's just the propaganda, okay? But look at this cute little guy. Squished in there. It's not this. It's this. Not fun, cozy environment like a hobbit hole, but a squished, tiny little ball prison.
It's like what they tell you it is, and what it really is. What they tell you it is, what it really is.
I don't know if I can keep up with you if you kept going faster with that one. It's true. Cigars and Bacon knows what he's talking about. That's why he comes on this show. He also wants to make sure you know the truth. And how true is it? It's right down. It's right there. Oh no, that's the quote for the day. Let me make sure I got the right the right ticker. This is how true it is, everybody. So true. So true. Mr. Baptista, if you're still listening, I'd love to see your take, because Mr. Baptista, he loves the Pokemons. I think he doesn't hurt his Pokemons. Okay. This is where they want to be. Look at these happy Pokemons. A Squirtle. Bulbasaur. And a Charmander. Everybody knows these guys. So adorable. In their natural environment. They're playing. They're having fun. And then you, as some trainer, is going to come along, smack the hell out of them, and then throw a ball and imprison them? That seems a little messed up. Doesn't it? Just that part of it. Just a little bit. But it is a culture that is hard for me to deny exists, because there are so many people who think that this is okay. They think it's all right. They think that the next time another game comes out, which I have to support because it is the part of the church, the game. This is one of the original OGs where you actually did up, down, left, right. And you had only 2 buttons, A and B. But I have to, just like Mr. C&B said, I have to repent. I have to come clean. I have to tell myself this part of the game is wrong. The fact that when your Pokemon die, all of the Pokemons go to a specific city to have their corpses placed in that city so that they can create ghost Pokemons. So that you can capture the ghost Pokemons and then abuse the heck out of more Pokemons. I think is it Verillion City? I think it is. All those Pokemon people out there, what is the city you go to get all your ghosts? Let me know. Let me know in the description because I'm pretty sure it was like Vermilion or Vanilla or Cantillion or whatever it is. All right. But it doesn't matter. There's a city where ghosts are created after the Pokemons have been beaten to death. It's just boom. I would drop my mic, but I can't because I've only got one of them.
And it's expensive.
Yeah, it's definitely expensive. Look at how happy they are. Look at this Charmander. Let's zoom in and enhance, shall we? Look at this little Charmander over here. Is he causing forest fires? No. He's just having a good old time. He's watching Bulbasaur and Squirtle play. And then look at the Pikachu. You saw him all cramped in that ball. Look how happy he is.
Just roaming free.
Not
a care in the world.
No, not a care. Not a single individual care.
Not knowing that any moment they're about to be snatched up and crammed into a little ball.
Now, I am obligated, because how this show is designed, to tell you the truth. I have to show you what if this game was designed in a realistic way to where we were to see what the game would really look like. I have to show you what these Pokemon truly look like, okay? Now, warning, it's a bit disturbing. All right, this is tough images. It's tough for me to look at. It's going to be tough for you people to look at too. This is a tough image of these Pokemon after they've been hurt. Okay. Here it is. Here's one of them. This is what happens to your Pokemon. Your Pikachus. Okay. Your Cylindries. When they go through the damage, they go. Look at all the blood. Like they like to clean it up for the Pokemon games, make it look like they just got a little swirly eyes. Okay, but I watched the historical shows. All right, these are shows based off of historical events of the Pokemon. That's why I still don't understand why Ash Ketchum is still 10 years old. But he if you look at some of those images, you can see how bandaged up these Pokemon get before they go and see Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy is one of the most evil characters out there in the entire Pokemon universe. She's only there to make sure that your Pokemon are healthy enough to get the crap beat out of them again.
She shoots them up full of painkillers.
Painkillers. She puts them in this device that goes dung, 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 dung. And you think, oh, that's a happy little tune. No, it's happy for death. That's the tune of death coming.
That's the noise of the painkillers being pumped into them.
That's right.
I don't feel nothing no more. Let's go have a fight.
Through the Pokeballs. So they're cramped. They're placed in a little egg tray, then put on this little conveyor belt that goes dung, 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 dung. And then you think they're all healed. And they are. But they're really just doped up. Ready to go out there and fight again until they're dead and then taken to Vermilion City and become ghosts.
All jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew! And you know what the Dew do. You know what it does. How did we let it come to this? How? I ask you all the question, how did we let it come to this? And then for further proof, I put in a basic Googling search. All right, the goggles. I put in a little search. Pokemon unable to battle. What I find? A plethora of hurt Pokemon. Look at all the damage. Look at this. Look at these guys. Every single one of them knocked out. Pikachu knocked out 1,000,000 times over. You can see the damage they're going to do to each other. This Magikarp, he's down for the count. Magikarp is also one of the most tortured creatures out there. Why? His sole purpose is to get the crap beat out of him to where he becomes so mad he evolves into Gyarados. He's not allowed to swim with his other Magikarp friends. He's got to be not only fished out, but he's got a hook going into his mouth, pulled out of the sea, and then as soon as he hits the deck, you throw a Pokeball at him.
Life's rough.
It's super rough. It's super duper rough for these Pokemans. Sometimes I feel like a Pokemon in the cog of this world. But we've decided it is time to tell the truth. There is hope, though. That's one of the great things about this Pokemans. There are people who see the light, who are done sitting there complacent, and have decided to let the Pokemon roam free, but still interact with them. And there was a game that came out, and it is Church of the Game approved. It is called Pokemon Snap. Have you heard of this?
No.
Have you heard of this game?
No.
I got to tell you about this game. This is Pokemon Snap. The first one came out for the great traditional holy console, Nintendo 64. Okay, one of the great holy consoles of our age. The first one was the Nintendo 64, and all you do in Pokemon Snap is leave the Pokemon in their habitats. You leave them alone, and you just take pictures. Instead of capturing the Pokemon, putting them in a compressed ball, and making them fight, you only capture them as they are in a picture. Look at how happy all of these Pokemon are. Look at it. I'm gonna let you, as the audience, take a moment and just understand how happy these Pokemon are. Look at that. Who would have thought if you left a creature in their natural habitat that they would be happy? The Score Bunny, look how happy this Score Bunny is. This Score Bunny right here. He's frolicking, he's hopping, he's bunnying. Along with his with the Pichu. Look how cute that Pichu is. So adorable. And then some people want to come along and do this to them. Or put them in these crazy, ridiculous little balls. This is not where they live. Look how happy they are. You just take a camera. It's just a camera. You're not hurting them. You're not beating the heck out of them. You're just taking pictures. This is a game that I think I can approve. But, the problem is, Mr. C and B, we live in a violent world. We live in a world where we have fun shooting Nazis in first-person shooters. Rightfully so. Nazis are bad guys. Okay. But I think it's okay to be able to introduce a game where we don't destroy these cute little creatures. And those of you who are going to sit there and go, "Oh, but Gabe, come on. It's just a game. Is it?
Or is it a tool to desensitize you?
Is it? Is it just a game? And if it is just a game, is that the kind of game we want our kids to have? I mean, would you give a 2-year-old Grand Theft Auto? Some of you might because you're crazy. But no. But could you give your kid a Pokemon Snap? I think so. I think so. And again, I admit there are things about the Pokemon games that are beneficial. Strategy, perseverance, accomplishing goals, hand-eye coordination. Those are some beneficial things. But I think there's this part of it that I feel like, you know what, maybe we don't need too much or even much more of the Pokemon battling system. It's not like we have our relationship with our cats and dogs, okay? Cats and dogs come up to us and we love them. We love our puppies. We love our kitty cats, okay? There's a mutual benefit there, all right? We don't go out in the world, find a wolf, and beat the heck out of it and then throw a collapsible ball at them. We don't do that because that would be wrong. And then we got to deal with, you know, government things and prison. We don't do that. But in Pokemon, it's okay. It's okay to take this cute little Pichu and beat the crap out of it and then capture it and then make it become a Pikachu and then make that Pikachu become a Raichu by beating the heck out of him. By the way, speaking of beating the heck out of, if you are a supporter of beating the heck out of these creatures, there is a service for you out there that'll do it for free. It's a well, not technically for free, but you could sponsor a Pokemon to get beaten yourself, and that's from my good friend, Mr. V. He's unable to make the stream today, but V said he's starting a charity called Beta. Well, let me look up for the thing that he says. I don't necessarily agree with this 100%, but he wants to start a charity because he's part of this community that likes Pokemon and likes fighting their Pokemans. So I can't really fault him for it. Okay, it is part of the Church of the Game. Okay, the Church of the Game has many denominations. All right, I'm more of a PC Puritan. Okay, but I do dabble in the Holy Trinity of consoles. That's me. All right, and I dabble in the tabletops, but to each their own. All right, and V, he likes his Pokemon. That's just what he likes to do. Where is it that he said? He wants to. He wants to make. Like, you ever see that Sarah McLachlan thing where it's, hey, these are abused animals? You got that? Will you remember me? Yeah, so his charity is similar to that, except it's for Pokemans, and it's kind of the opposite of the animal charity with Sarah McLachlan. He is offering to capture Pokemans and have you sponsor that Pokemon to get beat to get evolved. Okay. That's part of it. He's willing to go out there and Pokemon Go, Pokemon Legends, and you sponsor, I think it's for the low cost of $1. You too can sponsor a beaten up Pokemon. And it's part of the Pokemon inclusion initiative called Beta.
Okay.
All right. It's kind of the opposite of PETA, but it's still got the same ringtone to it. Yep. These are the type of people that get disturbed. Like, these are the disturbing people, okay? And I love V. He's a great guy, but this is kind of disturbing. To set up a charity where you're just gonna beat Pokemon, but you too can sponsor I'll let him make the commercial. They're setting up the nonprofit organization, and they'll probably have an ad coming out soon. Just letting you guys know. This is what the world has come to. All right, that there's charities that will beat the Pokemon for you. it's so disturbing. It's so
Hey
disturbing.
man, as long as it's not you doing it, right? You feel
No,
clean.
but that's I don't know. I don't know. Like you know, I think this kind of goes into the child soldier thing. You got Batman making child soldiers. You got Pokemon's becoming Pokemon soldiers. You know, the other thing. Now this is now like the soldier thing. Just like made this light bulb go off in my head here. Did you know that there was a Pokemon war?
No.
There was a war. I've got the document somewhere around here. Somewhere. Like if I start rumbling through stuff, hold on. Here it is. Here it is. It's right here. There was a Pokemon war. I'll put this up on the stream. I'll make sure that it's in the description. You can do your own research. Okay. This isn't just some fake receipt that I grabbed off of the side of my desk really quickly to say that I've got proof. This is real. All right. There was a Pokemon war. Now, we don't know much about it because it's sort of secretive, but there's many references to, especially a few Pokemon trainers who talk about the Pokemon war. So not only are people taking these Pokemons and battling them, but apparently when human conflicts escalate, the Pokemon conflicts get brought into it. So now you got Pokemons killing humans. And this is escalated by people like Team Rocket.
Okay.
Can you believe that? A Pokemon war? Using cute creatures to fight human wars. I can't imagine that. The thought blows my mind.
Inconceivable.
It's inconceivable. I know you keep saying that word. I don't think you understand what that word means.
What? Yes, I do. You
keep quoting The Princess Bride, and I don't think you understand what that quote is really going into. Okay.
I'm just using the word.
But you're quoting Princess Bride.
No, you are.
Am I?
Yeah, I was just using the word. You were quoting the movie.
That's the movie. Have you seen the movie?
Yes, many times.
So that you're quoting the movie.
No, I'm just using the word.
Sir, do not make me mute you, sir.
You're assuming.
Don't make me mute you, sir. Okay? We've been doing great this whole stream. But just like any other person with power, if I feel threatened, I'm going to mute you.
All right.
Just like Batman does to all the Robins. Batman mutes all the Robins. I'm telling you, this stuff, we cannot make this stuff up. Okay? It just takes a quick Googling. And I'll prove it to you. Go ahead, Mr. CMB. Give me something relating to these things, and I'll prove it right now how detrimental all of this stuff is.
Pokemon War.
We're gonna poke. All right, here we go. Ready? We're gonna do it. Pokemon War. All right, that's not just because of the paper that I got here that proves it. All right, this is physical evidence. Now we're looking at the actual digital evidence. Here we go. Look at this. The Great Pokemon War. The Great Pokemon War, or the Kanto War. Oh, so it took place. The Kanto reason is supposed. No, this is supposed. This is real. You could when you play the game, you could talk to the trainers who are like, "Oh, I was in the Pokemon War." All right, it's a supposed war that took place years prior to the events in Pokemon Red and Blue. Some of the most iconic starters for teaching you how to abuse your Pokemon. I played these. I am sad to admit I played these. The reason as to why the war is started is unknown. What is known, however, is that Lieutenant Surge, the gym leader of Vermilion City, was most likely a soldier in the war. When you first encounter Surge in Vermilion City, he rambles on about how an electric Pokemon saved his butt during the war. but he never goes into any details as to what the war was. It just means he suffers from PTSD. PTSD, Pokemon Traumatic Stress Disorder. That's how bad this is. They had to make a name for the it used to be called shell shock after what they would do with what would happen with like creatures like Squirtle, those animals that have shells, and Lapras, they have shells. Okay, so they used to call it shell shock, but now it's Pokemon Traumatic Stress Disorder, PTSD. These are the truth of everything, people. Okay, we're not making this up. Not just as it in a paper. We just looked it up, Googled it real quick. You can do the same thing. The exact same thing. Now, this site says
down that rabbit hole.
Oh, it's not just a it's beyond a rabbit hole, okay? You think you're following the right rabbit, but you're really following the White Rabbit, the Mad Hatter, the little teacup mouse guy. All right, the what you call it, the stork guy that was running around and around and around, and Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You're following all of them through that hole. This is just crazy. All right. This theory also explained why Red's father is never mentioned throughout the game, and why Blue's supposedly an orphan. More orphans. Let's hope the Batman doesn't learn about them, because you know what's going to happen. Just saying. All right. There were so many casualties that were caused by this war. It ultimately caused an age gap between generations. That is why Ash Ketchum is 10 years old when we first meet him. And he's allowed to roam free because there's no adults other than his mom. There's no other adults to teach these kids where to go, how to act. That they shouldn't be catching Pokemons because it leads to war. I can almost see in the next 10 to 15 years, we're probably going to get a video game called Pokemon War.
Yeah.
Probably going to get one.
It'll be rated M for mature.
It'll be rated M for mature Pokemon. Okay. Now, I can't combat the fact that these games are being made. That these Pokemons are getting abused. That the Pokemon Legends Arceus is out there, because it's new. It's the newest, biggest game out there. All right, with the Pokemons. I can't deny that these are out there, but I guess I really, really want as our first initiative in moving forward, because we all have to move forward, right? Just like the Church of the Game sort of told us to get. It's not about what actions you make. It's the you're hoping that you're making the right actions. It's the actions that determine who you are. We, I think, as a group, as a society, as members of the Church of the Game, as members of Nerd-Spiracy, the smart, intelligent people that come here every single Sunday to learn the truth, that we need to do, the first thing we need to do, before we even try to change the culture, because it is a culture now, is to at least acknowledge and admit to ourselves that this is what we're doing. That this is part of the culture. That this thing of training Pokemon, battling Pokemon, beating the crap out of our Pokemon just to make them bigger and cooler, that we do this. We have to acknowledge that that's what we do before we can heal. That's how healing comes across. In order for us to move on and know that Boba Fett is the true character and that this Mandalorian is fake, we have to acknowledge that Mandalorian is fake first. Come to the truth. Come to the realization that is the truth. That the truth is Mando is fake. Boba is the real OG and he is the coolest. That Batman is a villain. And then if we acknowledge that Batman is a villain and we acknowledge that Batman makes child soldiers, we can move on. We can grow.
Can
Okay.
start lifting the veil.
Man, C&B, you have come in today and given us words of wisdom. You do this every single episode, even though we've only had 2. If we can admit that this is what we do with Pokemon, maybe we can move further and further and further to letting our Pokemon run free and just playing Pokemon Snap. Sure, it's not as glorious as getting a trophy and getting a whole bunch of badges and knowing that you beat the biggest and craziest Pokemon out there with your Pokemon after training them up and having a bunch of fun doing all that. Because, yeah, it's fun, but who does it hurt? It hurts the Pokemon. If we can acknowledge that, then we can move on. We can just take pictures of Pokemon. If you really want to watch Pokemon battle, go watch a battle in the wild when they're battling over territory, which is their natural thing to do. I need to blow my nose again. It gets me worked up. It just, all of these subjects, there's allergies and stuff too, but these subjects, they just get me worked up. CMB, take it
not
away.
kicks. Well, what? Take it away. Alrighty. I don't know what to say about Pokemon. I'm not like too big about it.
He's stunned silence, people. He's
All I
stunned
can
into
say
silence.
is, yeah, I just know very little.
That's okay. That's okay. You told us a lot about Batmans today that I didn't know about. You told us a lot today. I want to see what the chat has to say. What does the chat have to say? Look, they were talking for a little while. They were joining in on the Batman stuff. We got another separatist joining in today, which is just the Republic. All right, Red. He's probably talking about Pokemon Red. That's what he's getting into. Okay, just another separatist bot coming into the stream, trying to change your minds about things. But we know better.
Propagandists.
Those propagandists. Those propagandist bots brought to you by the New Republic, those smugglers of the galaxy.
Galactic scum.
Yep. Intergalactic planetary. Intergalactic. This is just not okay, people. It's not okay. This is not okay.
Not kicks.
This would be okay if this was the truth, but it's not. But the little Pokemons running free, this is okay. I'm down with this. They look so happy. So happy. We're getting close to that time. We've only got another 12 minutes. Only another 12 minutes left. And I'm not sure what else we should really go into for today, because this has been one of those topics. This Pokemon topic has been one of those that really hits home, because I'm guilty. I'm so guilty of this stuff. I'm guilty.
See, it's a good thing I don't really know much about Pokemon or had an interest, because I'm not guilty of anything with Pokemon. I am clean.
But you let your boy play it.
Play the cards.
Oh, okay. Well, the cards are a different story. You're not capturing Pokemon with the cards. They're just cards.
Yeah, that's all he does is collect them.
That's fine too. If you want to collect the Pokemons and take care of them and raise them and breed them, you go for that. That, I think, is okay, as long as they're not abused. Once you capture the Pokemon, use the Pokeball to capture them, then take them back, put them in a big wide open ranch. Let them run free still. So you can take pictures. You can name them. You can still name them. But I think going through that route of battling them, it just, as long as we can acknowledge that's what we're doing, then we can heal and we can move forward.
Indeed.
And this, again, has been brought to you all. Oh no, I closed out the logo for the Church of the Game. They're going to be mad at me. This was all, of course, all brought to you by the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right, ABA. May the game of life bring you all many achievements. Whether you're a handhelder or you're a mobilizer, all right? That's what the denomination of people who play their mobile games off their phones and their tablets. Those are mobilizers. If you're a mobilizer, PC Puritan, you're part of the holy trinity of consoles, or you're a tabletopper or an arcader. We love all types of gamers at the Church of the Game. Okay, this is just the universal symbol. The D-pad became the universal symbol of the Church of the Game back in the when the Xbox first came into the holy Xbox was first developed and brought forth. All right, that's called the Age of Enlightenment for the Church of the Game, and this is what the conclave of the Church of the Game came up with as the national symbol. That's the D-pad and the AB buttons, because that's a classic. All right, but yeah. This is if we even all of us at the Church of the Game can acknowledge this is what we do to Pokemon. That you can go back and you can play the Boba Fett or the Jango Fett games. You can see where Jango Fett came from and how Boba Fett is his lineage, his true lineage of Jango Fett. That was on the holy console of PlayStation 2. You can see all these truths. Play the Batman games by Warner Brothers. Now, it's a bit propaganda-y. Okay, some of them have, but they show you those other characters. I think the latest Batman game shows you these Robin characters, and you yourself can play as Batman, which allows you to empathize with where these Robins were manipulated. Because you can see, you get to understand how he manipulates them by being Batman. All of these moments are, of course, brought to you by the Church of the Game. Again, one more time. Up, down, left, right, ABA. May the game of life bring you all many achievements. We're getting ready to wrap it up here soon in the next 8 minutes. Is there anything else that you'd like to go over for today, Mr. CMB? Any announcements? Any concerns that you have of the nerddoms that you are a fan of, that you want to make sure our viewers see as the truth?
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh, that is definitely a truth right there. Make sure you go down to the comments. Comment as much as you want. We'll try to get back to you as often as possible. But Mr. CMB is correct. Like, subscribe, become the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and hit that bell notification so that you can hear the glorious tones of whenever we go live again. And I hope Mr. CMB will join us once again. And any of those out there, P-Rock, Mr. Baptista, Mr. I can't even pronunciate his Russian name, but the guy who said Vorred, all these people, we hope that you join us again coming up soon on the next one. Remember, tomorrow is Gundam Monday. And boy, do I have I'm going to be opening a master grade. Do you know about the Gundams, Mr. CMB? Are you a Gundam
fan? Not too much. Like my buddy in high school was really big into the model kits and building them.
Okay. Yeah, I've been. I know you collect Hot Toys a lot more, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So you
and statues.
And statues. So Mr. CMB collects statues and Hot Toys. If you'd like to see his commentary on some of those things, that is definitely available over at Geekin' Out. They're having a live stream today at 6 o'clock. So you can go check them out with Mr. Nat and probably a few others. P-Rock might be over there. CMB might be over there. Possibly. Yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
I might be over there. Depends on how late they go today. We'll see. But if you don't join us For that, then you can join me tomorrow for Gundam Building Monday, and I disassemble and reassemble and clip and nip and all the other stuff for all the mobile suits that I put together, and I'll be doing a master grade for them. And then, of course, on Tuesday, we have Film and TV Talk Tuesday, where we just talk about film and TV. It's not so truthy like this one is. This one is the big one where we really dive into the hard topics. But those other 2 days are just fun days, talking about some of our favorite things to build, and of course for me, filmmaking and content creation. So you can join us on those here at Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for any of those things. Anything else you'd like to say, Mr. CMB? I will look up anything you want to look up for the last 5 minutes if you're something that's true to your heart you really want to talk about.
No, not really. I can't think of anything, to be honest. Like, my mind is drawing a blank. Because there's only 5 minutes left, and like, if I say anything, it's going to take a lot longer than 5 minutes.
Oh, look, I'm really good at truth telling. I will tell the truth on many things really quickly within 5 minutes if you brought it up. What is your favorite nerddom? What is your favorite?
That's hard, like, because I like a little bit of everything, but I guess it has to be Star Wars, because that's my go-to. That's what I collect the most.
Oh yeah.
That's yeah. If there's anything from episodes 1 through 6 on TV, I'll usually stop and watch it. Like, so I would have to say Star Wars. But I mean, I have a multitude of other things I like. I mean,
okay. Well,
I like a little bit of everything. I don't like to focus and just say, well, I'm just the person that likes this, and this is who and what I am. I just like what I like.
I can respect that. Well, maybe we should save this topic for next week's episode. But maybe have you heard about the new propaganda coming out from Disney that should be a new film, but is now also becoming a comic book series? And that's of this guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's still coming out as a show. Well, not. It was supposed to be a movie, but now it's a TV series coming out. And what they're doing is they're just probably releasing this short, limited run of select few issues to like get you ready for the show.
Right. They're propaganda. They're trying to prep you up, make you think that he's a hero. And is it going to a show format?
Yeah, I believe it's a show, isn't it? It's a movie? I thought
it was supposed to be a film. Originally, it was supposed to be a film, if I remember correctly. Hold on.
I believe it's a show.
Kenobi movie? That's Solo.
Yeah, see, it's a show. Type in Kenobi show.
Kenobi show? Okay, show. It is a show. I got a season 1.
Oh, in your face.
It is a show. That means it's going to have more propaganda. That's all that means. Weekly propaganda to tell you about how Obi-Wan Kenobi was a good guy. Obi-Wan Kenobi is right up there with Yoda.
Go into exile and become a hermit. But hey, you know.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yep. This is going to be a show. I could have swore it was a movie for a minute there. But yep. Get an Obi-Wan Kenobi show. We'll have to dive into how Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of the worst villains of the Star Wars universe on another episode here at Nerd-Spiracy. Because we've only got 1 minute left. See, you brought up a subject, C&B, and I was able to pull it up and tell everybody that there's some truth out there. You guys should go research your own truth about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we might talk about him next week, because he's not only getting a show, but he's getting a comic book series. Come on. Look at this guy. Look at his face. Look at his face. You think that's the face of a nice guy? That's a cranky old man's going, get off of my nerve-herding farms.
Get away from my cave.
Get away from my cave. That's the true hero right there. That is a hero. This is oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Obi-Wan Kenobi getting a brand new comic series and a brand new show. I don't know if I can deal with this. There's been so much to deal with for the day's episode. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for stopping by. And thank you, Mr. Cigars and Bacon. Thank you so much. The man behind the icon and the statues and the ordering of all the hot toys. We will see you guys, all of you, next time.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, always, dude. You're always welcome to come into this show anytime you want. This one or any of the others. You know that, okay? Because he tells the truth, people.
The truth. Dun dun.
Dun dun. That's a good note to end it on that dun dun. Thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you on the next one.
Pew pew.
Thanks again, buddy, for coming in.
Yeah, no worries, man.
It's
Thanks for having me.
It really is a lot easier